Hi, hope you're staying safe. Michael with you to look back at the first week of the 60-game regular season for the Cleveland Indians. The notes are from the MLB app, MLB Network, ESPN, CBS Sports Network, and AT&T Sportsnet Houston and Twitter. Friday, the 60-game regular season got underway on Carnegie Avenue against the Kansas City Royals. The story was about Cleveland pitcher Shane Bieber. In 6 innings of work, he struck out 14 batters and got the help he needed from the bats. The night began with 2 of the first 4 batters reaching, but he settled down in a big way, getting his first punch-out at the expense of Alex Gordon. Neither team truly threatened until the 5th. Nicky Lopez and Whit Merrifield did hit singles during Kansas City's frame, which put 2 men on. With both runners in scoring position, Bieber's 12th strikeout victim was Adalberto Mondesi. In the home half, pressure was applied to Royals starter Danny Duffy. 2 batters after Jordan Luplow was hit by a delivery, Roberto Perez made it runners on first and third with 1 out, with his base hit to center field. It forced the visitors to go to the bullpen as Scott Barlow entered proceedings. Right-handed batter Oscar Mercado was able to get a hold of a 3-1 pitch for an RBI single to get Luplow home. Then with runners on the corners, Cesar Hernandez hit his maiden double to the left side and increased the lead to 2 for the Indians. Jose Ramirez was then struck by Barlow to load the bases. Neither Francisco Lindor nor Carlos Santana could get the hit to break the game wide open. Bieber had one more 1-2-3 inning in him before leaving the duties to Adam Cimber, Nick Whitgren, and Brad Hand. Before that occurred, Cleveland was granted another chance to put another run across as Greg Holland lost Domingo Santana and Perez with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Mercado was the hitter, but grounded into the force out at third base as pinch runner and new right fielder Bradley Zimmer was out number 3. Next half inning, Cimber worked around a walk to Lopez. Then, in the 8th, Whitgren recorded 2 strikeouts to Mondesi and Salvador Perez. Kansas City had 1 base runner in the final 3 innings, but in the 9th, Hand got Ryan McBroom to fly out to Mercado, gets strike 3 on Maikel Franco, and likewise Eric Mejia to close the show for save number 1. Bieber got credit for the win, while Duffy took the loss. Cleveland beat Kansas City in their initial game. Saturday's game got underway late in the afternoon. Mike Clevinger got the ball for the Indians. He recorded the first 2 outs of the first inning, but gave up 2 long balls off of the bats of Jorge Soler and Salvador Perez. In the bottom of the 3rd, a rally was started thanks to hits by Zimmer and Cesar Hernandez. Jose Ramirez accounted for what turned out to be Cleveland's only RBI on his base knocked to the right side, trimming the lead to 2-1. After Lindor went down on strikes, Kansas City Royals starter threw a wild pitch, which allowed Hernandez to score from third base. Ramirez would be left stranded at second after Carlos Santana could not extend the frame. In the Cleveland half of the 5th inning, Hernandez did reach on balls with 2 down, then advanced 90 feet, but this time Ramirez was forced to go back to the dugout on strike 3. The Royals went to their pen by the 6th as Clevinger moved things along until the 8th for Whitgren. Then James Karinchak entered the fray 1 frame later. The score was still tied at 2 going into the bottom of the 9th. Barlow was back in after being preceded by Trevor Rosenthal and Ian Kennedy. Lindor began with a single, which was subsequently followed by a Santana walk. Franmil Reyes' ground ball advanced the runners with 1 out. The Royals decided to send Daniel Johnson to first base, which loaded the bases for Mercado, but he and Roberto Perez both swung and missed, which ended their at-bats. For the regular season, extra innings start with a base runner at second base. So Gordon was placed there initially, but Brett Phillips was chosen to pinch run in this situation. Eric Mejia, who was inserted into the contest, laid down a sacrifice bunt, which was then followed up by a Franco sacrifice fly to center, and without recording a hit, Kansas City went up 3-2. Lopez took ball 4 but was retired when Perez, the catcher, threw the ball to second baseman Cesar Hernandez, who applied the tag, ending the top of the 10th. Fortunately, the rules apply to both teams, and the Indians had Greg Allen in place of Perez as Cleveland tried to answer, and it looked promising with Zimmer getting on base with nobody out, but Greg Holland shut the door with runners on first and second. He struck out Hernandez, Ramirez, and Lindor in succession, and the Royals were 3-2 victors. Karinchak, who came in the ninth, was not charged with an earned run in the box score, but was the losing pitcher. Barlow picked up his first win while Holland got the save. Sunday, the Indians made sure to start the game better. They put a crooked number up in the first. With one out, Jose Ramirez was the beneficiary of a mistake by third baseman Eric Mejia and was aboard. Lindor was not able to advance him, but after Roland Bolaños lost command to Carlos Santana and threw a wild pitch, it gave Reyes a chance to hit in a second and third situation. He did just that towards the right side, and one run was across. Domingo Santana went the same way, which plated another one. The right fielder was tagged out at the end of the sequence after trying to get two bases, which ended the first inning. On the hill for Cleveland was Carlos Carrasco, who retired the first 10 batters in order. The team played complimentary baseball during the afternoon. Cesar Hernandez began a sequence of 3 straight hits, capped off by a single from Ramirez and double by Lindor to make it 4 runs without reply. Kansas City responded with one in the next frame. Mondesi scored from second thanks to Perez's base hit. Undeterred, the offense went back to work versus Gabe Speier. A pair of singles with one out by Yu Chang and Hernandez prompted Kevin McCarthy to the mound. The stage was set for Ramirez to deliver his first home run of the season. It proved to put the game beyond the reach of the Royals. After Kansas City's Whit Merrifield hit an RBI single in the 5th, Ramirez connected with a pitch from Richard Lovelady an inning and a half later. Then in the 7th, Carlos Santana scored from third after Bradley Zimmer's flyout to left field, which completed the scoring in Cleveland. The final score was 9-2, giving the Indians the rubber match. Carrasco finished with 10 strikeouts in 6 innings for a 1-0 record. Bolaños did not get to the 3rd inning and was handed the defeat. On Monday, weather forced the game versus the Chicago White Sox to be rained out, and so there was a Tuesday doubleheader at Carnegie Avenue. It proved to be a successful afternoon and evening. In the first game, Cleveland seized the initiative. After working around a single in the first, Aaron Civale was able to get his team in the dugout to bat for the first time. Hernandez batted leadoff and took Dylan Cease to the right side for a single. Lindor was the third hitter, and he drove the ball out of the park for his maiden home run, which scored 2. After a quick top of the second, the 4th hit for the home team came off the bat of Zimmer. His drive to right field allowed him to circle the diamond for the 3rd run by the Indians. Unlike Sunday, it wasn't smooth sailing for the team in red and blue. Tim Anderson removed the goose egg to the right of the Chicago run column with a long ball to right center field. Cleveland canceled out their momentum with 4 hits in the frame. Carlos Santana, Mike Freeman, and Daniel Johnson chased out Cease for Jace Fry. Zimmer was the next batter with 1 away, and his base hit to left field made the score 4-1. Roberto Perez could not add to the lead as his ground ball ended the 3rd. Aaron Civale got in a jam as Jose Abreu, Edwin Encarnacion, and Nicky Delmonico were on with just 1 out in the top of the 4th. Fortunately for Cleveland, Luis Roberts grounded right to Civale, who threw to Perez for the force at home plate. Then Lurie Garcia had a ground out to keep the margin 3. The Indians got their turn to load the bases in the next half inning. They did it with 2 outs thanks to a Lindor single sandwiched between walks to Ramirez and Carlos Santana. Adam Engel saved the day as he caught a line drive to right field. After an eventful 4th, Chicago put a dent in the deficit. Anderson, who scored his team's first run, went to center for a 1-out double, which was followed by Yoan Moncada's single. Zimmer was charged with an error, which put the runners on second and third. Cleveland limited the opposition to a solitary run with Abreu's groundout. Former Los Angeles Dodger Yasmani Grandal was called out on strike 3 to put the curtains on the top of the 5th. The White Sox put a runner on in the 6th and 7th, while with Civale and Karinchak in their respective innings. Both times they held the fort. Then in the 8th, Chicago created another bases-loaded situation as they did 4 innings ago. Garcia dribbled the ball to the direction of Carlos Santana. Then the first baseman threw to Perez, who stepped on home plate for the 2nd out. After Zach Collins was called a pinch hit for Adam Engel, the Indians kept the 2-run advantage after Nick Whitgren got him to fly out. Brad Hand did not have a clean 9th inning, but did what was required. 3 hits after Anderson's extra base hit. Grandal drove him in from second to make Cleveland's lead 4-3. with Ryan Goings running for Yasmani at first. Encarnacion, formerly of Cleveland, was in the batter's box with the game on the line. Hand would get the called third strike to end the game 4 minutes shy of 7 o'clock local time. The teams were back onto the field for first pitch 50 minutes later. Like Game 1, the Indians took an early lead, then held off another Chicago comeback attempt. The first 3 runs came in the initial inning of play. The key protagonists stepped up as Ramirez, Lindor, and Carlos Santana each recorded hits. The first 2 hit doubles, and the first baseman went yard towards left field for 2 runs. James McCann cut 1/3 of the Cleveland lead away as the second hitter of the second inning. Starter Adam Plutko yielded singles to Anderson and Abreu, but wiggled out of trouble in the front side of the third inning. Cleveland's fourth frame was one in which Carlos Rodon retired 2 and also gave free passes to Franmil Reyes, Domingo Santana, and Sandy Leon, necessitating action on the mound for Steve Cishek. Center fielder Oscar Mercado came up with the goods as his single scored 2 to make it 5-1. Plutko consolidated the 2-run segment with a shutdown inning. In the top of the 6th, the White Sox used the big hit to get their second run. It came from the lumber of Jose Abreu. Then in the 7th, Adam Cimber saw 4 batters before relinquishing the ball to Dominique Leon. The 8th saw Anderson and Yoan Moncada each get retired, but Abreu and Nicky Delmonico strung hits together for another run for the visiting team. Mercado caught a line drive from Zach Collins, who represented the tying run to put a stop to the Chicago rally. Cam Hill was summoned to the bump to record the final 3 outs against James McCann, Luis Robert, and Lurie Garcia for save number 1. Plutko went into the win column while Rodon dropped to 0-1 on an 82-degree evening in a game that finished under 2 3/4 of an hour. Luis Giolito and Zach Plades were the starters in Wednesday's encounter. Both were able to put a series of zeros up on the inning tally. Zach Plesac struck out 11 batters, only giving up 3 hits and not allowing a base on balls. Meanwhile, Giolito was not bad either, going 6, punching out 6, walking 2, and conceding 4 hits. Still, the game rested on the bullpens. As to how it got to that point, Chicago left 2 in the 3rd, and the Indians did likewise in their half of the 4th. Both at least had a player in scoring position in the 6th, but in each case it came to nothing. Brad Hand did not have it on this occasion during his appearance in the top of the 9th. Anderson started proceedings with a double, then lost command to Moncada and Abreu. Grandal's sacrifice fly broke the scoring seal. Bo Taylor then got docked for catcher's interference while Encarnacion was batting. That reloaded the bases for Eloy Jimenez, who crashed into the fence Sunday trying to take away a grand slam away from Jake Cave of the Minnesota Twins. And Jimenez would hit a sac fly to double his team's lead. Robert made it a 4-run 9th as his hit to center field was good enough for 2. And Cleveland did what they could to try to get off the deck in the bottom of the 9th. Ramirez, Reyes both got to Alex Colome before Zimmer took ball 4, making Domingo Santana the potential tying run with 2 away. After Chicago had a mound discussion, Colome got the better of Santana by a ground ball that found Tim Anderson, who threw to Abreu at first base for the 27th and final out for the hosts. Left-handed hurler Aaron Bummer, who was on the hill in the bottom of the 8th, was scored as the winning pitcher. Hand will have to wait another day for his first win. So tonight, Cleveland begins a 4-game weekend series against the Minnesota Twins. The Thursday and Saturday fixtures start after 6 o'clock, while Friday's tilt is an hour later. Sunday gets underway at 10 minutes past 1. After that, interleague play awaits them as the Indians have 2 games in Cincinnati and then 2 back in Cleveland. So that'll be Monday through Thursday, and I believe all of them start no earlier than 5 o'clock Central Time, so be sure to check out the Battle for Ohio. All right, please check out the Facebook group North Texas Browns Backers page and hit the like button for the latest updates there. The text of this blog is available at http://www.mjbolesta2, as in the number 2, .wordpress.com. I am on Twitter and Instagram at mjbolesta2 and on Facebook at Michael Bolesta. Archive videos on YouTube can be found by searching Michael Bolesta Roman numeral 2. If you could, I would love your feedback on the comments section. And if you like what you see, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Hope you have a safe and blessed week. Thank you for watching, and may God bless you.